Hi, this is Jane at Village Memorial, and today I'd like to tell you a little bit about Son House and his music. Preacher, convicted murderer, chef, blues guitarist, icon. These all describe blues legend Son House. Whether or not you consider yourself a blues fan, it's likely you've heard an artist who was inspired by Son House. Some of those inspired by Son are Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, John Hammond, Alan Wilson of Canned Heat, Bonnie Raitt, John Mooney, and the White Stripes. Years before I entered the funeral industry, I was struck by Son House's signature song, Death Letter. This song gives us a rare view into the experience of losing a loved one and what it's like to attend their wake and burial. This video was recorded at CBS Studio in New York in 1969.
This morning, how do you reckon it read? Say, hurry, hurry, the gal, your love is dead. I got a letter this morning, I say, how you reckon it read? They say, hurry, hurry, 'cause the gal you love is dead. You know, I grabbed up my suitcase, took out down the road. Oh, when I got there, she's laying on the cooling board. I grabbed up my suitcase, I said, I took out down the road. I said, when I got there, she's laying on the cooling board.
Death Letter comes from the Delta House of Some Blues album. The song was recorded during a 1960 session using a dobro-style resonator guitar with a copper slide. Death Letter was the centerpiece of Son House's live performances during the blues revival of the 1960s. Son clearly loved playing the song. He would alter the tempo and lyrics for different performances, sometimes playing the song a few times in the same show, and some renditions exceeded 15 minutes in length. Some of you may have recognized the melody or lyrics of this song. Many artists have covered the song, including Lead Belly, the White Stripes, Cassandra Wilson, John Mellencamp, Kenny Loggins, Tony McPhee, the Blues Band, and the Grateful Dead. Eddie House, known as Son House, was born to a musical family in 1902. He became a Baptist preacher by the age of 15. Around age 25, after hearing a friend playing slide guitar, he was so inspired that he bought a guitar and started playing with friends. As he learned the guitar and the blues, he struggled with the dichotomy of playing the devil's music on Saturdays and preaching the Bible on Sundays. This conflict was reflected in many of his songs. House continued preaching until 1929 when he shot and killed a man allegedly in self-defense. After getting out of prison, he became a blues singer and guitarist, noted for his highly emotional style of slide guitar playing and singing. His innovative style utilized strong, repetitive rhythms, in which, instead of pressing the strings against the frets with his fingers, he changed the pitch by moving a metal slide along the strings. House was recorded by Library of Congress ethnomusicologist Alan Lomax in 1941 and 42, after which he put away his guitar and disappeared from music for 20 years, during which he worked as a railroad porter and a chef. In the 1960s, the folk blues revival and international enthusiasm over Son's early recordings led to a search for and rediscovery of Son House, but he had forgotten how to play guitar. Alan Wilson of Canned Heat taught him how to play again, and he toured throughout the U.S. and Europe, releasing several recordings. Son House retired in the mid-1970s after becoming ill. In 1980, he was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, and in 1988, Son passed away in Detroit, where members of the Blues Society raised money through benefit concerts to put a monument on his grave at Mount Hazel Cemetery. I decided to share this song with you, not only because other famous musicians were inspired by it, but because, as I mentioned earlier, even before I started my career in the funeral industry, I was struck by the unique quality of the song's lyrics. I think Death Letter is a very moving piece. I've never heard another song like it. Its steady rhythm reminds me of a person who simply keeps going, keeps moving on, because that's what life is about. Moving forward in the face of loss. Thanks for watching.